Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this special episode of Market Today, where we take you with the last 60 minutes of trade on Dalal Street. Monday is turning out to be a back foot day as far as bulls are concerned. There is heavy profit booking all around equities on Dalal Street as a lot of traders and foreign investors pay attention to the fantastic rally that's happening in Chinese markets. Nevertheless, let's take a look at market. It's more than a 300-point cut on the Nifty. Remember, it rose for 5 trading sessions till Thursday. There was a mild profit booking on Friday, and that seems to have accelerated in trade today. 25,800 is being tested by the bears, 372 points down on the Nifty. The advanced decline ratio is very weak as far as markets are concerned. On the Nifty itself, you have just 13 stocks in the green compared with 37 in the red. The broader picture is 815 stocks in the green, 1470 in the red as far as the National Stock Exchange is concerned. The fall on the Nifty is led by the big boy itself. Reliance down 3.5% at 2956, 3.2% actually. The Nifty's fall of 370 points, 84 are coming from Reliance alone. ICICI Bank is down 2.5%. 57 points to Nifty's red total is from ICICI Bank. Infosys is contributing 30 points. Axis Bank and M&M 22 points each. This is how the markets are structured on the profit booking side. On the long side, on the green, you have NTPC, record high, but it's a low index heavyweight stock, therefore only 7 points in the green as far as the Nifty is concerned. JSW Steel, Hindalco, Asian Paints and Grasim 6 and 2 points and 3 points respectively. So Nifty is in a bit of a pain, in fact a lot of pain, but all this is par for the course, and that's because from 18th of September the Nifty had appreciated about 1300 points on the back of this very heavy rate cut that happened on Wall Street. The entire index interest rate market, which depends on cheaper interest rates, had sort of accelerated to fresh highs. Look at how Bajaj Auto performed. Look at how Hero Motors, Maruti and stocks such as Mahindra and Mahindra rallied. TVS Motors and Eicher Motor too. Within the realty space, there were records high on Oberoi Realty, Lodha Developers, Godrej Properties. All of them are now coming under some kind of profit booking. It's the metal space that is the leading index on the long side as far as markets are concerned. Out of the 19 indices that we track for you, only 2 are in the green. One is of course the Nifty Metals Index, 1% higher, 1,169 and 10,169, and that's because of the Chinese stimulus. Remember, China is the world's biggest consumer of metal and metal products, and any stimulus there will at least provide an opportunity for bulls on the long side. The metals index was also the top performer all of last week. You had the metals index rising about 6% in trade in the previous 5 trading sessions, and today's up another 1%. But leading the charge is of course the aluminium stocks, Nalco and Hindalco. You have a green tick on Hindustan Zinc, Hindustan Copper, NMDC in particular. Very sharp volumes coming in on all 3 stocks, Tata Steel, JSW Steel, Jindal Steel and Power, and of course a whole host of metal counters. Apart from that, you have heavy profit booking in small caps, in mid caps, and of course in the broader NSE 500 index, which is down 1%. This is the broad market sense for today, but we have Kunal Parar, Vice President for Technical Research at Choice Equity Broking, joining us. Good afternoon to you, Kunal. Not the start that many people were expecting on a Monday. Remember, this is a truncated week. Wednesday is a holiday. How are you watching this decline in prices? Is it a point of concern, or are we all good? Kunalji, you will have to unmute.
Yeah, sorry. So it's not the point of concern, Saiji. No doubt we are experiencing, today is a bit of profit booking. Significant decline today is there due to several, contributing factors like profit booking after recent high, particularly in ITs and financial sectors had led to a major drop in key stocks such as Reliance Industries, ICICI, and HDFC banks. Geopolitical tension, you can also say, in the Middle East, especially with the rising conflict evolving, Israel and Iran have heightened investor caution, pushing them towards safer assets. Not only this, if we talk about as you just mentioned, foreign investors are redirecting their fund towards the Chinese market following stimulus measures from China, further pressuring Indian equity markets, and even fluctuating oil prices also damping some sentiments on our Indian markets. So yes, based on these factors, we are witnessing some profit booking, but certainly it's not point of concern. Throughout, we may see further fall from the present level of 100 to 200 points. But on if we talk about overall market, if we talk about large cap stocks, they all are trading at very good support level. Not only this, if you talk about option chain and stock in Nifty itself has a strong support of 25,800, and if it breaks, then 25,600 would be there. Even on a technical front, 25,600 would act as a strong support for the index itself. So multiple supports are there for Nifty itself. So we may witness some profit booking even from further level up to the level of 25,600. But this 25,600 may become a good bounce back area for an upside momentum. So if Nifty approaches this level, then I would say it's a perfect entry level for going long.
Okay, so bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, till Thursday afternoon, the index had hit a record high of 26,275. From then on, we are at 25,800 or so. So that's easily a 465 point correction. We have seen very, very sharp corrections coming in over the last 6 months or so, in fact more, but none of the corrections have lasted a bit longer. So let us see when buying steps in. There is a huge amount of liquidity that is waiting on the sidelines, and of course a lot of SIPs, systematic investment plans, trigger in the first month. So this is a golden opportunity for many fund managers to buy the market a little lower, and of course all those sensible people who are booking profit will be sort of spending that money in the festive season. All said and told, it will somehow come back into the economy, and from the economy in the market. That is how lives work, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, we've had a fantastic 9 months in the market. Today is the last day of September. In the month of September alone, before trade started today morning, the Nifty had appreciated almost 4%. It was rallying for 4 months in a row, and between 1st of January and now, it is up 21%, minus today's 1.5% decline. Again, let us see how long this decline lasts. Kunal, any stocks that catch your attention? What looks good on technical charts?
I'll tell you frankly saying, right now I'm not chasing any momentum. It's been rate sides only, and many stocks are there with all stocks are trading at strong support level. But frankly saying, I'll be waiting for one more days. If he takes the support of his 25,600, and we may see a good bounce back. But till that time, I'll definitely wait to get that favorable risk reward ratio.
Okay, so it's a fair point, and we've had this fantastic rally that has sort of been upon us for the last 3 weeks or so, and it's a pause mode. And remember, as I was telling you, we have the end of account for September today. It's the end of the first half of the fiscal year, which runs from April 1st to September 30th. And of course, we are also waiting for auto numbers to start pouring in from tomorrow. And remember, as I had mentioned, it's a truncated week, so options premia will be squeezed that much more, because they have to keep in account the holiday on Wednesday because of Gandhi Jayanti, and the fact that Wednesday's weekly expiry for Bank Nifty comes a day in advance on Tuesday, and of course with one less day you have to sort of understand how option premia as well work. The weekly expiry of the Nifty will be on Thursday, but you have one less day because Wednesday is holiday, and therefore a lot of traders are using this opportunity to sort of work on the options market on the sell side as well. 244, let me just give you an idea about how metals are working. Remember, this is the only segment which is in the green and has been the top performer all of last week. Today's volume buzzers are just full of metal counters. Let me give you a few which have done a very fine job, not only today but also all of last week. We'll start with NMDC, 4% higher, 244.50 as far as prices are concerned. 3.88 lakh shares have been added, and this is a swing trade in the making. Kunal, what are the charts of NMDC telling you?
Well, Sergi, if we talk about NMDC, right now it is trading at 244 level, and it is trying to sustain above its 100 days moving average. Now it's a good part on the front of daily chart and on the stock counter. So let's say if stock sustain above this 100 days moving average and 240, then we may see a further upside momentum in the counter up to the level of 256 and more above it up to the level of 273. So in order to create a position during today's trading session, I think one should wait for tomorrow's trading session as well. If stock trade above 240, then only one should go for long for for an upside momentum up to the level of 276.
Okay, no issue at all. So it remains a hold for the moment. What else would I like to point out? Okay, record highs on Hindalco and record highs on National Aluminium as well. Again, blowout volumes happening on both ones. I'll give you a rough idea as to how these counters have performed. In the month of September alone, you have National Aluminium rising 14.5%. You have Hindalco, which is at 755, adding 7.7% in this month, and the top performing stock in this particular series, in this particular month, has been Nalco, followed by Tata Steel, up 10.5%. Vedanta and of course JSW Steel are doing pretty well. A record high on Vedanta as well. Kunal, the charts of Vedanta, how do they look?
Well, if we talk about this particular counter, right now stock is trading at a 512 level. In an uncharted territory, even it has given a breakout as well. But risk reward is not that much of favorable for creating any long positions right now. So if you have this stock in your portfolio, please hold this stock. We can say that the further upside momentum would be up to the level of 565 to 580. So if you have this stock in your portfolio, then hold this stock, but not creating any fresh position because of risk reward is not that much of favorable.
Okay, not a problem. Since you are hesitant to take long positions, you feel that this dip will go on further. Where do you see charts cracking? Where do you feel either there are more opportunities to book profit at current levels, or maybe even go short? Is this a market that you would stick your neck out on the short side?
Well, few stocks are there, particularly in IT counters, where we have been witnessing some profit booking since morning. And one stock is there, it's Astrazeneca. The way stock has been trading since morning, overall IT sectors look a little bit in under pressure. The way all the stocks are trading right now. If you talk about Astrazeneca among other IT counters right now, it has given a breakdown of its 1800 level. It is trading below this particular level. So we may see further profit booking in the counter up to the level of 1760 to 1750. So if one want to create a long position, short position, then he can create a short position with strict asset somewhere around 1820 for downside target of 1760 to 1750. Even stock has given a breakdown of his upper rising channel formation as well on a smaller time frame. So all the equations are going with this counter for bearish side momentum only.
Okay, no issues at all. 2:50 p.m., ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the last 40-minute wheel of the market. One stock that is doing pretty well, I'd like to mark is Astrazeneca. I can't remember the last time I have seen such a wonderful move on this counter. This is a pharma company up 13%, and it's sort of snapped a 3-day fall, while Kunalji takes a look at this one at 8,109 rupees. I truly sort of sympathize with all potential people who want to sort of take a position given the large size of the counter, but what can be done, भाव भगवान है और हमारे सामने है. A very good score on quality, and despite this very sharp rise, this is at least looking good on many parameters. Your view on AstraZeneca? Year to date, the counter is up 43%.
Now, Seiji, this is the stock where one should create a long position, because no doubt the stock itself is trading at 12% higher at today's trading session. It just has entered into an uncharted territory, right now trading at 8,100 level. The way stock has been trading on a daily chart, I think we may see a further upside momentum even from the present level, even after this 12% of upside momentum. Now one can create a position. I think one can create a position with strict SL of 7,490. No doubt SL is at little bit at lower levels. 7% of SL is there, but the way stock has been trading, we may see a good upside momentum up to the level of 8,600 is our first target, and if stock breaks this 8,600, then further upside momentum would be there even up to the level of 9,350.
Okay, last 2 days of AstraZeneca have been phenomenal. In fact, the last 1 week, a blowout on volume, and today also about 9 lakh shares have been traded on AstraZeneca, and till about 5 days ago there was an equally strong bar on this one. This is a record high for the counter, and pharma companies being pharma companies, very quietly they overachieve the market without creating any flurry. Over the last 3 years, each year AstraZeneca has appreciated 36%. In the last 12 months, the rally is worth 76%, and of course each year CAGR for the last decade is 24%. The PE is 200, and the price to book is 27. So very highly valued by the market, and 19,000 crore rupees is the top line for AstraZeneca. 19,000 crores is the market capitalization for AstraZeneca, and let me just check the financials and get back to you. But as good a time as any to touch base with our colleague Asim, who has a lot of details on a record high that has come in on Vedanta. Asim, over to you.
Thanks, Shell. So the stock has hit a record high for the second straight session today, and with today's rally, the metal and mining firm has surpassed foreign brokerage CLSA's price target of rupees 520, which it had assigned on August 22. It had maintained an outperform rating on Vedanta. CLSA had said that Vedanta stock had underperformed peers and has not followed the uptick in metal prices in the past 1 month, while expecting the trend to reverse soon. And the record high today comes amid the reports that the board would consider fourth interim dividend for FY25 on Tuesday, October 8. The Vedanta shares have a 1-year beta of 1.2, indicating high volatility during the period. In terms of technicals, the stock is trading in the overbought zone. Its RSI lies at 73.4. Coming to the analysts' expectations, Jigar S. Patel from Anand Rathi has advised investors to book profit, and he has also said that fresh buying should be avoided. He said that investors are advised to avoid taking new positions at the moment, as the risk of a pullback is heightened. For those who have already bought, it's recommended to book profit in the zone of rupees 515 to 525. Support is expected near rupees 485. following by rupees 470, and resistance is seen near rupees 525 followed by rupees 530. Another analyst said that Vedanta stock price is bearish and it's also overbought on the daily charts with strong resistance at rupees 524. Investors are advised to keep booking profits as daily close below support of rupees 506 could lead to a target of rupees 461 in the near term. However, another analyst from Choice Broking, Mandar Bhojane, is bullish on the stock. He said that Vedanta presents an appealing buying opportunity with a price target of rupees 500 and rupees 550, provided that appropriate risk management measures such as a stop loss of rupees 430 are in place. Back to you, Shal.
Okay, so that's the view that is coming in on Vedant, and let me just give you this background on how this counters moved as far as prices are concerned. Like I said, this has been one of the outperforming metal counters over the medium term as well, and the gains in this month plus for the year so far are the following. For this month, in September alone, Vedanta has appreciated about 9.7%, and if you look at the 9-month performance, Vedanta is the top performing metal stock in the Nifty Metals Index, well, up 100%. It was 250, 252 to be precise, as its closing price on 31st December, and from then on till now it's at 514. So that's a stunner as far as prices are concerned. Let's also pay attention to a bit of the F&O market in trade today. We are now at 2:50 p.m. and 2:55 p.m. There is news coming in from IMD, the Indian Meteorological Department, which says that September has been the best month in the last 4 years when it comes to rains, and that itself is a very good indicator of how demand is likely to be in the second half of the financial year. Typically, if you look at the Indian economy, the second half of the April to March financial year has always been better than the first half because of a huge round of festivities that are planned in the 6 months that will now start. A nice show on cement counters, and within the chemical space there's a perk that's coming on Tata Chemicals. Kunal, I'm wondering if you look at Tata Chem as far as prices are concerned, at 1100 today, it's the best performing stock in the chemical space in F&O, a bounce from 200-day DMA, but for the last maybe 7-8 months it's in a sideways consolidating phase.
Well, the way stock has been trading above its 100 days moving average, it is trying to sustain above this level, and even the volume activity is above average levels. I would say one can get into the stock at 1090. Okay, on a smaller time frame, stock is trying to give a breakout of its downward pulling trend line. So multiple equations are there which is supporting bullish sentiment. One can get into the stock with the strict SL of 1060. Upper side we can expect first target at 1015, and if stock break this 1015, then 1150 would be there.
Okay, let me also mark some other stocks that are doing pretty well. Look at Bombay Dyeing. There is a huge breakout in volume today as far as the stock is concerned, and it's sort of emerging out of a very long sideways move. 225, and today's volume is about 1.12 crore shares. We'll keep an eye out on this one, but just the right time to bid goodbye to Kunal and welcome Mr. Brijesh Singh, Senior Technical Analyst at Stock Axis. Namaste Brijesh ji, स्वागत है आपका. A time to sort of retrospect in the sense that you have a 1.2 percentage point cut on the Nifty after a very sharp rally. Perhaps this is as necessary as it is to sort of inject fresh blood into the market on the long side, and of course help a lot of our friends to book profit, the money that they can spend in the festivities ahead. How do you see sentiment on the Lal Street?
So good afternoon, sir. Overall, if I say about the market trend, it's been considered, no doubt. We have seen a rally, from a down of 23,877 to the level of 26,277. We are near the first support zone of 25,600, 25,700. Anyhow, that thing breaks, then 25,450 would be coming in the play. Whereas on the higher side, resistance lies at 25,950 to 26,050, and then on the higher side, if that thing breaks, then 26,200. So personally, I feel Nifty would be trading in this zone of say 25,500 or 600 on the downside, followed by 26,000. And if it trades in this level and if it consolidates, then again it would be very good, as we have already seen Nifty consolidating at the zone of 24,000 and all. We were been talking that market khatam ho gaya, another downside would be coming, but Nifty has surprised, and still trend has been positive. Still it's been trading with higher tops and higher bottom formation. The previous week lows had not been broken. Now regarding with the bank Nifty, has been considered from a top of 54,467. We have seen correction of more than 1400 points, and today we have seen already 900 points of, or 800 and 850 points of correction we have seen. Immediate support is been considered for the bank Nifty. It's a present rate where it's been trading 53,000, 52,800 to 53,000 is a first support zone. If anyhow this thing breaks, then 52,500, 52,600 would be coming in the play. On the higher side, immediate resistance lies at 53,300, followed by 53,800 band. So right now, presently, both indices, no doubt they are feeling a pressure, but they are near the support zone. So don't be aggressive towards this short. Just wait for shorting also if you want to do shorts, and even for the long, if someone wants to play, then look out some good stocks where the accumulation has been going a lot. If I have been just watching the metal index, somewhere around 15 stocks are there in metal index, in that 11 stocks are in the positive side. So if someone wants to go on this sector right now, they can look out Tata Steel, JSW Steel, SAIL are the few of that which can outperform in coming days.
Okay, let me just in the same breath mark the selling pressure that is getting witnessed in the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, and my apologies, in indices other than the Nifty and Bank Nifty. The mid cap index is down 0.5%. Now this is what I'm just trying to point out, ladies and gentlemen, that while there is a sharp sell-off, or let's just say it's still profit booking, there's no sell-off to talk about on the Nifty. The index itself is down 1.4%. This kind of pain is not visible on the mid cap and the small cap. The Nifty mid cap 100 index is down just half a percentage point. The small cap index is actually down less than that, down just a third of a percentage point at 19,183. And here is Nifty and Bank Nifty, which are showing a cut of 1.4 and 1.6% respectively. So the broader markets are not exhibiting this kind of profit booking, although you see a sharp sell-off sort of taking root. One stock that I'd like to mark on the green side is Power India. This is the erstwhile Hitachi Energy. I see a very, very strong move coming in, coupled with very high delivery numbers over the last 1 week or so. Is this a record high? No, not really, but last 5 days of action have pushed it in that zone, which we saw about in July. Was it July? Yes, 5th of July. Power India for you, Brijesh ji, what are the charts telling you?
Now, as you have hinted to the viewer, see, it's very much simple. The small cap, the mid cap, where the 52-week high has been made. In such type of market where the 52-week high has been made, that indicates that the trend of the stock has been positive. But again, as been saying always to in all the business channel, don't be aggressive even if you are trading, use stop loss. Now regarding with this, Hitachi is been considered, the stock made a high of 14,376, that was on 3rd of July, and we have seen stock seeing a profit booking. Then it made a base at a 10,800 odd level, and even on the daily chart, it's been trading with higher tops and higher bottom formation. So first of all, trend has been positive of the Hitachi has been considered. I feel upside it has a potential. If someone have a view of say a month or plus, then 16,500 is a level it can go. Present rate can be used for accumulation purpose. Regarding with the stop loss is being considered, then the previous a little bit deeper around the support lies. The previous somewhere around 13,300, 13,400 or 1,000 points of where wake down is a support. On the oscillator front, it has been making higher lows formation has been seen. And if I talk about the longer term time frame of the chart, it has a potential to go all the way to 20,000 also. But right now, for someone has a view of say one month to a 2 month, then 16,500 is a target which I am looking for with the stop loss of 13,300.
The other point that I'd like to mark as far as Power India is concerned is this fresh move that began on last Tuesday, because the government of India announced it would invest 9.2 lakh crore rupees in the transmission and distribution part of the power sector over a period of 7 years, and that sparked a rally across the board. So Power India is there. Look at how Schneider has moved all of last week. There are strong moves coming into ABB, Siemens, and of course the entire power producing chain. But remember that ancillaries, which is companies that make power equipment for power producers, will rise much faster and much further than power makers for two reasons. Power makers जब तक plant लगाएंगे तब तक बहुत time बीत जाएगा. Power equipment players will be paid much before that, and that kind of enthusiasm will get reflected faster into power equipment makers and their stock prices rather than the power producers like Tata Power and NTPC. They are also doing well, but equipment makers will far outshine this as far as this space is concerned. What else is buzzing? Saregama. This is from the Sanjeev Goenka group of companies, the music catalog owner of India's finest musical talent, up another 11%. This is a setup which is happening for a while, and this is something that Brijesh ji should have also take a look at. Saregama 631. क्या लगता है ब्रिजेश जी?
Yeah, so Sahilji, if we talk about number one, the trend of the chart is positive daily, weekly, both in both the time frame. Previous swing high was somewhere around 580 around. Now, if we look at chart day on a daily time frame, 25th of September, stock made a volume breakout followed by the price breakout. We have seen stock making a new 50-week high. That time also it has made a bullish engulfing candlestick. And today also it has made a bullish engulfing candlesticks. Today also we have seen a volume breakout in it. Now someone has a view of say a month on, so definitely one should have it in their portfolio. Immediately support lies at 580, deeper support is 568. On the higher side, target goes to 860, 870. So for a 1 month time frame or a 2 month time frame, Saregama look positive. 860, 870 is a target. Present rate can be used for long with the stop loss of 590 or 568.
Okay, let's look at the performance of Saregama on the fundamental side. This is a company which has a market capitalization of 12,100 crores, record high. The revenue is 845 crores on a trailing 12-month basis. It's an extremely profitable company. 190 crores worth of earnings in the last 12 months and is sitting on a pile of cash, about 660 crores, is debt free, and of course has outperformed the broader market 67% in the last 9 months. And if you look at the 3-year performance, each year Saregama has gone up by 22%, handsomely outbeating the consumer durables index. And in the 5 years, the CAGR each year has been 80%. So that's how multi-baggers move. And let me just give you a snapshot of what Saregama does. I am sure all of us are aware about this wonderful company that has kept our eyes and music in absolute top shape. Motion picture maker, video and television programming activities. Let me just get some data on Saregama for you. Okay, this is okay. Let me just get this data for you. You remember the radio that comes, which a lot of people gift each other. It has the entire catalog of Saregama's old songs, but that's how it is. Old songs constitute about 42% of Saregama's entire musical catalog, and the company makes these caller tunes and cheap data caller tunes which result in a lot of money coming in from streaming services like Ghana, Savan, Hangama. All of them take this musical catalog from Saregama on hire and make us listen to this wonderful music. 3:10 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just take a detour into the markets. The Nifty is now slipping and slipping further. 25,800 is now where the battle is. Today's loss totals 317 points, 370 points. Look at the Nifty bank falling much more than the Nifty, 862 points, down 1.6%. And the Sensex, it shaved off 1300 points in this profit booking, down 1.5%. Brijesh ji, anything that catches your fancy on the long side?
Sir, look out for Fortis Healthcare. You know, on the daily time frame as well as on the shorter term time frame, chart look promising. 3.5% up. 52-week high is 622. Intraday high is 618. Currently quoting at 1606. 16 present rate can be used to go long. If someone has a view for a very short term, keep a stop loss of 600 around and then play for the target of 640. But I prefer if look out for a broader picture. If someone has a view of say 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, then keep a stop loss of 590. Present rate can be used to go long for the target of 690. And another counter on a buy side is Amber Enterprise. I still remember, you know, because since I am coming on your show on Monday, yes, and you told me about Amber. We have had discussion on Amber Enterprises. So presently chart is looking promising. A swing high was 5,361. I feel again the stock would be trying to catch that level. Right now it is at 4,800. Present rate can be used to go long with the stop loss of 4,600. Play for the target of 5,300, 5,320.
So that's the move coming in on Amber India. Remember EMS space, this is the electronic manufacturing sector, hardwares, you know, televisions, fridges, washing machines, irons, microwaves is the new space where the government of India wants to dramatically reduce the import bill of the country, and is asking more and more companies to set up such factories in India and produce locally. This is one of the biggest areas of wealth creation that many sensible analysts see in the coming 5-6 years to create huge wealth for sensible buyers. Very strong move on NTPC as far as weekly change is concerned, and of course the entire performance in September. Brijesh ji, what are the charts of NTPC telling you?
So NTPC, if I talk about the rally from of 384 around, it's still going strong. Nothing negative. Presently, it is quoting at 443. Today, we have seen stock making a new 50-week high. I feel like stock should not break 432, 436 odd level. Higher side, a target or resistance line at 465 around. So I feel like it might try to touch 465, but I feel 432 should not be get broken. So 432 should be the stop loss. Present rate or dip can be used for taking a long for the target of 465.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now what we'll do is look at one sector that is should provide some momentum to the market. Remember, the monsoon is receding. It means that rains will stop and construction activity will again come back into the focus, and that's the reason why you see a very good move that is coming into cement counters. Look at India Cement. Now the top performer, up 1.2%. Dalmia Bharat is 1.5% higher. ACC, Ambuja Cement, all of them showing signs of life, and of course festivities where a lot of construction also begins. Your favorite cement pick on charts, Brijesh ji?
So as you have said is absolutely right. The cement counter really starts from the month of October, November. It goes up to February and March, or max to the April. I look out Ultratech Cement. Ultratech Cement chart is where higher to higher bottom formation is being seen on the shorter term time frame. Right now 11,797 around has been trading. Present rate can be used to go long. 11,500 supposed lies, and for the target has been considered a short term target 12,100, but I'll say that have a view of little bit on time frame on the higher side, say for a month, and so then 12,600, 12,700 should be the level where the target lies. So present rate can be used to go long with a stop loss of 11,500, play for the target of 12,200 or say 12,600 to 700.
Okay, we'll just take a look at some other prices that we often used to mark. Battery makers are doing well, 1.2% uptick on Exide, again reclaiming the 500 mark. Amara Raja, AREM, Amara Raja Mobility is 2.2% higher, 1422. And of course you have another company called TI India, which is Tube Investments from the Murugappa Group, 4352, 5% higher. This is one of the finest wealth creators over the last decade or so. I remember the stock at 300 rupees, which is now at 4,305. Within the PSU space, where do we see momentum? It's the metals, quasi-metal space that is doing very well. Midhani, Mishra Dhatu, 405, 4.6% higher. Bharat Dynamics, 2.6% higher. 1160. Garden Reach, 1.8% higher. 1730. Remember, the entire metal space has been beaten black and blue in September, and there seems to be some relief in the offing. What else is buzzing? We've discussed NBCC, 1.4% higher, almost 180, and HUDCO, 1.5% higher, 241. Remember, both NBCC and HUDCO have seen glorious days 3 to 3.5, 4 months ago. NBCC, I remember, above 210, and of course HUDCO above 310, 320. So lots of profit booking in that space. 3:18 p.m. So far as markets are concerned. 12 minutes left. Let's see whether Brijesh ji has some hope on BTST and STBT calls. Brijesh ji, something that you would like to take home on the long side or the short side?
JSW still looks promising to me. I'll say that one can look out JSW Steel as the metal counters are in the favor of buy side. 1032 around it's been trading. Keep a stop loss 1112. Play for the target of 1068. Saregama definitely not for the BTST, but chart wise still looking promising. I feel that 619 should not be get broken. So keeping that thing as a stop loss for a BTST has been considered 652, 655 around the target lies. And another counter where the buying is been seen is Apollo Tubes. 1583 around it's been trading. Present rate can be used to go along with the stop loss of 1550. Play for the target of 1640, 1645.
Okay, 320. Now let's just sort of take a deep breath and put September in perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fine outing for the markets. Forget today's pain. There's nothing much to talk about that. But it's been a terrific month for Indian equities, which were sort of doing phenomenal work because of the rate cut that happened on Wall Street on September 18th. If you look at the Nifty, the index itself is up. Let me just give you this exact number on the Nifty. It's up about 3.5%. Okay, yes, 3% in the month of September. This is after removing 1.4% today, 3.4% till Friday. And amongst the top performers in this index on a month to date basis have been Bajaj Auto 14% higher, Shriram Finance 11% higher, Bajaj Finserv 10.6% higher, Tata Steel M&M 10% higher. Remember, Bajaj Finserv and Bajaj Finance were outstanding performers because their subsidiary Bajaj Housing got listed in September, and it was a blowout listing. Before that, these counters had started to rise, and Bajaj Finance in particular continues that momentum. Brijesh ji, what are the charts of Bajaj Finance telling you?
So Bajaj Finance has been considered number one. Both the stocks, I'll say Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv, both the stocks are on the are looking promising on the buy side. But especially if Bajaj Finance has been considered, then the rally from a level of 6,500, the previous swing low, which was made on 16th of August, from there nothing has been wrong in the stocks. It's been trading all the moving averages in a shorter term time frame as well as on the daily chart time frame. 7,700 around, 7,710 around it's been trading. So for a short term bet it's been considered, not at the present rate I'll say to be long, but if it trades somewhere around 7,650 or below, then one can take a buy call in it with the stop loss of 7,450. Play for the target of 8,100, 8,150.
Okay, one stock that needs to be kept in mind is Tata Motors. This is the underperforming stock on the Nifty, down 11% in the month of September. And today some news coming in that the company is setting up a plant down south to meet fresh demand coming out of the Indian geography. Medium term outlook, Brijesh ji, on Tata Motors, is enough, or could there be more pain ahead?
See, overall trend of the chart has been negative. Still, I'll say downside it has a two important support. One lies at 855, 58 around. Another support lies at 920 around. Overall, on a daily time frame, lower tops formation has been seen on the chart, and all the important moving averages still trading below that. Stock till it doesn't close about 1050, we'll see that any would be used to for a short purpose. If 1050 has been crossed, then we can say okay, the selling has been absorbed. Now stock can again move up towards the level of 1150 or 1200 odd level. So purely for a medium term outlook, I'll say that 855 around and 920 around are the level for to be to be long in it. And as I've said, 1050 is a level where if it crosses, then it has a potential to go all the way to 1300 or 1350 in a medium term time frame.
Okay. In the dying moments of trade, cement is raising its head. Mid-cap cement is doing phenomenally well. Look at Orient Cement, 4.5% higher, 291. Birla Corporation, 2.3% higher, 1265. India Cement we've already discussed, we've marked Dalmia Bharat. Look at Mangalam Cement. I'm talking about only mid caps because this is a space which has traditionally attracted the two top players, Ultratech and Ambuja, to hunt for smaller targets and acquire them to increase their reach and of course their customer base. At the same time, this sector is buffeted by very weak margin growth, very weak volume growth, and nobody seems to be making decent money. That's the reason why valuations are sort of fairly in the comfortable zone, but it's only the mid caps that attract attention for traders in the hopes that you will see some kind of a profit book, some kind of a transaction happening again. Look no further than Prism Johnson. This is a stock that I've been marking since 160 rupees from the middle of September. Last I checked, it was at 224. So this is the kind of run up that is happening. What else is in the buzz? RVNL 1.5% higher, IRFC 1.3% higher, Container Corporation in the green 918. Again, nothing to talk about in the PSU space. I'm just marking those stocks which show a green tick. The Nifty, ladies and gentlemen, ending at day's low. This is not looking good. This is 374 points down, 1.5% lower. 25,800 is the new battleground for the bulls and the bears. 400 points down on the Nifty IT index, 41,920, down about 1%. It's the Bank Nifty which has taken it on its chin, 1.6% lower, 850 points. And let's look at how the top 5 banks have shaped up. Today's top loser in the index is Axis Bank on the banking side, 3.33% lower. It's also the top loser amongst the tech index heavyweights. 1274 ICICI Bank, 32 rupees lower. SBI has shed 2% at 787, and of course HDFC Bank is down 20 points, 1732. All 10 index heavyweights are ending in the red, led by the biggest daddy of them all, Reliance. Can't remember the last time I saw a 100 rupee cut on Reliance, 29.50. These are charts that are getting, how should I say, weaker and weaker, but let us see. Please understand that when the first day of fall is with a 3.3 percentage point cut, it essentially means that the downside has more to go. Do not try to sort of provide support from your buying. Let the index settle, let the selling abate, let the trend reverse. There is no harm in sitting quiet for 2 or 3 days and enjoying the price action rather than trying to provide support when none is needed. 25,800 is where the index is battling for the bulls and the bears. Brijesh ji, any closing thoughts?
See, as you have said, absolutely right. Right now everything has been going down. If heavyweights are going down, Still I would be saying, as I've been saying, 25,600, 25,700 is the support. Let that be there. If that thing breaks, then another support would be coming. Let the Nifty or a index make a base in it. Look out, do practice of looking the stocks which are making a new 50-week high with a good fundamental. As you have been discussing, volume breakout has been seen. Look out volume breakout stock. Look out price breakout stock. And then when the market start moving up, buy that stock. You know, छोटे टाइम में ज़्यादा प्रॉफिट मिलने की चांसेस ज़्यादा रहते हैं उसमें.
Okay, 3:29, ladies and gentlemen. Brijesh ji, thank you very much for your time, and very kind of you to come in on the start of the week where the bears are on the front foot and the bulls are sort of taking a day off. Thank you so much. Let's start wrapping the market, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a painful day for the bulls. Monday started with weakness all around, and right from the very start till this point of time, the consistent selling pressure on index heavyweights such as Reliance, all the 5 banks, IT stocks in particular, TCS, Infosys, and of course the Bajaj twins on the main index, Nifty, are seeing consistent profit booking. Remember, there's nothing to be worried about. In the last 15-17 days, the Nifty has run up 1300 points. Of that, 356 points have been taken back by the market. These are violent corrective moves that correct on their way up equally sharply. But there seems to be more sell-off likely tomorrow, given the fact that the index is ending at its day's low, and there seems to be more demand from the bear side as far as prices are concerned. Except for the metals index, which rose more than 1%, there hasn't been a sectoral move on the long side. There is profit booking all round, except for individual performances on the green side. Let me just tell you a few from my side. Just a moment, please. Markets have paused. Okay. Tata Steel 1% higher amongst the top traded, 168. NMDC 3.8% higher, 244.30 amongst the top traded. So apart from metals, there is nothing much to talk about. And JM Financial, remember, this is the first stock I picked up in trade, 6% higher at 151.5. This one's headed for a record high. We'll be tracking it in the days ahead. Stay glued to Business Today television. I'll be back at 4 p.m. Talking to Ajit Dayal, the founder of Quantum Mutual Fund, one of the finest brains on Dalal Street. Please stay tuned. 36 years of phenomenal experience in Indian equities and overseas markets. You are really going to enjoy this one, which starts at 4 p.m. Thank you so much for your time.
जितनी रकम के लिए पूरा पाकिस्तान इंटरनेशनल मॉनेटरी फंड के सामने मिन्नतें कर रहा था, उससे कहीं ज्यादा रकम जम्मू कश्मीर के लिए हमारी गवर्नमेंट ने मुहैया कराई। मैंने तो कहा कि है मेरे पाकिस्तान के दोस्तों, क्यों दूरी बनाकर हमसे रखे, क्यों दूरी बनाकर रखे। आप हमारे पड़ोसी मुल्क हो, और हमारे आदरणीय अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी कहा करते थे, जिंदगी में दोस्त बदल जाते हैं लेकिन पड़ोसी नहीं बदलता। यदि हमसे बेहतर रिश्ते बनाकर नहीं रखते, आज जो आपको इंटरनेशनल मॉनेटरी फंड से जो मांगना पड़ा है, उससे ज्यादा तो हम दे देते। दोस्तों, हम जो पैसा खर्च करते हैं वह जम्मू कश्मीर की तरक्की के लिए, यहां के लोगों की जिंदगी को बेहतर बनाने के लिए, जबकि पाकिस्तान